Today I'm going to demonstrate how to create a unified namespace from the SORBA SDE. So inside our workspace in the IoT Unified Edge, we have a hierarchy that we're going to use to create and replicate it in an MQTT broker. Here you have a hierarchy starting with the company Iron Barrel Brewing, and then underneath it, the city, and then our edge device, which is our hardware, is plant 01. Underneath the device, we have then our asset groups, we'll call it filtration, and then our asset filter 01 is where we're going to create our tags. So inside the asset filter 01, we have tag groups. So in the tags folder, we have a tag group called PV, our process variable, and in the tag group, we have one tag, ALC, which is our alcohol content for our filter. And that is tied to a PLC. And underneath our channels, this is where you create your OPC server. You can attach it directly to a PLC and other drivers that are included with SORBA. So let's go ahead, since that's already connected to our PLC, let's just verify that we're getting data. Okay, so I'm going to refresh the screen and select the filtration, click play, and you will see that we're now reading data from the PLC from our tag ALC. Excellent. So now let's go back to our workspace, and we're going to publish this one to the MQTT broker and start to create our unified namespace. Okay, so the way that is done is we use our data auto sync. This is a powerful service that replicates the entire hierarchy to the unified namespace. So let's go ahead and click on device, edit, and scroll down, select the node services, and underneath services, there's another node called the data auto sync. In the data auto sync, you have two sections. You have the data ingestion, where we're subscribing to MQTT data, and we have the egress, which we're publishing to an MQTT broker. So what we're going to do is we're generating our namespace, so we're going to configure the data egression section. And in that section, you set up your server, and in your server, you set up an IP address. The SORBA SDE has a local MQTT broker, so we're going to use it for our demo, and all of your configuration parameters, authentication, etc. The next tab is your clusters, and if you have multiple brokers that you want to be able to broadcast, you can set up multiple brokers and select them all. So we only have one in this case, so we'll leave it as is. And the next step is to create a builder. And a builder is how you configure your topic to publish to the UNC. So here we have a topic. We have already one configured for MQTT, or you can also create a spark plug topic as well. So we're going to use the MQTT topic. And here, underneath the configuration, once you select MQTT, you select which assets that you want to publish. So in this case, we're publishing all assets, but I could go in, if I had multiple assets, just selectively pick which assets to publish. So I'm going to select the all assets. The data source is real time, but you can also publish historical data as well. It's in the subscribe mode. And in the publication topic, this is where you set up the structure of your topic and how it's going to be represented on the unified namespace. So I chose it so it looks exactly the same, but if you're having difficulty understanding those placeholders, we have a little pop-up that will explain each one. And then your payload pattern is if you want to modify the payload pattern to customize it, you can. So this is completely configurable. You can also discard parts of the topic or include them. So a completely configurable system that once you have a payload, it will then standardize the look of that payload, which is very powerful, especially when you're trying to subscribe to topics coming from different sources, and you want to be able to standardize that within your SDE. This is a great way to do that. So we'll click cancel. It's already configured. Oh, I didn't enable it. Let's go back and enable that. Let's save and apply. And so once you apply changes, we're going to use the MQTT Explorer. And here you'll see that we have, let me just make sure this is updated. And you have our unified namespace. Let me just make sure that's deleted so it's updated. Okay, and we should only have one tag in this hierarchy. There you go. So it's replicating exact hierarchy of our SORBA SDE. Now, that's working, great. Now let's say that you want to add just a bunch of other tags. You can either do them one by one, which is very tedious, or you can bulk import any number of tags through a CSV file. So let's show you that. So let's select the device and we're going to export the nodes, and you select the CSV only assets and channels. This will create a zip file that you download to your computer, and we're going to save it. Let's go ahead and browse to that file. So let's go ahead and now extract the zip file. And within the zip file, you have a file called info.csv and a folder called dictionaries. The file we're going to edit is the info.csv. So let's go ahead and open that in Excel. Let's take a look at it. Let's move this over to our window. And here you'll see the schema for the SORBA assets and tags. So let's go ahead and auto format the column width. And here you'll see the path column and the actual path to our tag, the tag description, data type, units, whether you want to enable data logging, the type of data logging, cyclic, and how often you want to log. Let's scroll down here. And then here's your channel. This is your PLC channel where you configure your OPC server, your PLC driver. And then since this is a very long series of columns, this will include all of the configuration for any channel that you create. So here is our PLC channel. This is our tag in our PLC, and then the data type. So what we want to do now, we only have the one tag. Let's go ahead and create a bunch of other tags. So rather than doing this one by one, I've already got a list of tags that I want to add. So let me go ahead and copy these. And let's insert and copy into our current file. Excellent. So now we have our additional tags that we want to import. Let's save that. And once you have that saved, you want to rezip the info.csv file and the dictionary folder. So let's go ahead and select both, right click, and we're going to compress that to a zip file. There we go. Let's go back to our SORBA SDE. And now selecting the device, instead of export, we're going to select import nodes. Let's go ahead and click inside, or you can drag the file in. Let's go into our folder, and there's our newly created zip file. Let's open that up. It gets inserted, hit apply, and now it's going through the process of importing all those tags. Let's click accept. We hit apply. And then once we hit apply, let's go and monitor and see if we can now read the tags that we just recently inserted. Okay, so let's select the entire group, click play. Let me expand that to show some more tags. And in our process variable tag group, here's all of our additional tags that we have actual PLC addresses that we're monitoring. Great. Now, if you recall, we already had set up the MQTT topic to publish. So there is nothing really you have to do because we have that specific asset already selected to publish. It will automatically publish any new tags that you add to your SORBA SDE. And there you go. So now you have a complete UNC with our asset and all of the additional tags. And of course, you can use this to test the data, which is kind of cool. So there you go. We have built a UNC. We have imported a bunch of new tags using the SORBA import through a CSV file. This allows you to quickly and effectively create tags on the fly. And any other configurations that allow you to create and build systems quickly with Sorba. This is a very powerful tool, and thank you for your time.